Hey guys, welcome back to Dueling Destinations. So today I have a Altergeist deck profile. I took this to my locals like a weekend ago and I did amazingly well. I'm super proud of what I did. It was the first time really testing out the deck out there and it was great. I lost to the only person that won was undefeated, and at the last round I was in table 1 and all night I stayed in the top tables. I'm pretty happy about this. Um, of course, this deck can be better. There's a lot of cards that I wish I had, and I really don't have them because I don't spend as much money on them. But I did what I could with what I had, and I'm super proud of it. There are going to be some changes, to look out for that one. And I have a new deck profile coming up. And also, look out for the new Shadow Structure deck opening. I'll have that as soon as I can up, as soon as I get the decks in the mail. Also, remember to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll appreciate it. We're growing. We are at 124 subscribers. Thank you guys for all your subscriptions and likes. So let's go straight into the deck profile. First of all, we're going to do this pretty quick because I bet you guys have seen a lot of Altergeist deck profiles. Mine's a bit different because, again, I don't have cards that I wish I had. My side deck is geared to face my locals, but let's go into this. We're starting with one multi-faker. This guy, if you come back to 2, it'd be amazing. I'm using triple copies of this guy here. He is a normal summon that you'd want to always see. Marinator, and triple copies of Melusi because this guy is amazing. I had a time that I just went into this guy and just started attacking, and my opponent did not expect that. Double Silicudos because this guy is one guy that you don't want to see right away. You just want to special summon him using multi-faker, and that gives you an advantage on controlling the board. And of course the one Conquerry. I hope I said the name right, but this guy was amazing. This guy stopped my opponent from attacking me and just getting over my monsters so easily. So basically that is the Altergeist lineup. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy. It was my choices on hand traps which I think helped me a lot. I used 2 copies of Jordan Lockbird in the main deck. This gave me an advantage because a lot of my opponents did not expect this guy, and he's really good in the meta right now. So I'd always say keep that guy in your main deck. And finally, triple copies of Ash Blossoms for a lot of rogue deck that they have in my locals. A lot of people like to play rogue, some people play meta, but Ash Blossom is good against a lot of decks, so there's no reason why not to play this guy. And for the spell cards, I just use 3 copies of these spell cards. I just use 2 copies of Pot of Duality and 1 copy of 1 for 1. A lot of people are going to tell me to use Pot of Extravagance, but honestly that card is overpriced and I will not be paying $100 for each copy just to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm playing at a budget for me, and this is what I could afford and trade for, so this is what I have. Now for the trap cards, the main reason you play this deck is because it has a lot of trap cards, and if you guys knew, I play 2 Dracos before I got hit, but now I gotta switch it up a bit. So I'm using a playset of Crackdown. A playset of Crackdown. My bad, you guys got to see what we had there. So yeah, I'm using a playset of Crackdown. Crackdown was very good because I took a Christia, I think the guy is called a fairy guy that you can special summon. Yeah, I took that in the Inferno matchup and the guy couldn't get over it, so that won me the match. I'm using triple copies of Solemn Strike. Yes, I know I have 1 super and 2 secrets, but yeah, again, that's what I have. I'm using what I had. This was pretty good actually. I like this guy. I used 2 copies of Sullen Judgment. If I get another copy, I might consider using it because this deck loses really bad to evenly match, and well, you need Sullen Judgments because of Lightning Storm as well that is out in the meta right now. I'm using a playset of Personal Spoofing. This guy was amazing. You really want to see this guy, and if this guy was an Altergeist card, it would be just a blowout. This would be an amazing deck. It already is, but that would give them a lot of more advantage. I'm using 2 copies of Protocol. It is good, but I don't think you need a playset of this guy because with only 2 copies you can control the board in most cases, and if you really need to see another one, then you're probably losing that duel. This is where it changed up a bit. I used 2 copies of this guy because this guy was something that really helped me a lot, especially when I want to end games, and it's Call of Duty for me, so it helped me just to get the advantage I needed sometimes later in the game. And I decided to only use 2 copies of Evenly Match. I do have another copy, but I wasn't too sure. I didn't want to break into drawing 2 copies in one turn, because then I needed my trap cards to be 1 copy of each so I can continue controlling the board. And 2 Evenly Match works pretty good for me. I really enjoyed 2 Evenly Match, and I decided to use 2 copies of Compulse. Again, I could have ran a playset of Compulse, but with 2, I think that was more than enough for me to just control the board. Now for Impermanence, I wish I had another copy. I just have 2 copies, so if I had another copy for Impermanence, definitely I'd be using another copy, because this is a broken card and really stops your opponent at the right time, so you can get a lot of advantage on there. And my MVP, Imperial Order. Imperial Order was amazing in this deck. A lot of people couldn't play against this. They did not expect this, and with my trap cards, I control the board very easily. So let's go into the extra deck. The extra deck was basic again. I used 2 Hexia because I just needed 2 Hexia. I'm not playing Extravagance, so I can control my extra deck a bit better. The Prime Banshee, which I didn't go much into these guys actually. Hexia was just when I wanted to OTK and win the game. I had control in that game already. Almirage and 2 Link Karibo. These guys I went to a lot. So having these guys at this ratio is pretty good. Almirage is pretty expensive, so having just 2 Link Haribos because they got reprinted was good for me, and that helped me control the board again, what I wanted to do. I had Nightmare Phoenix for a back row card because I don't have much back row removal. 1 IP, then of course you need the Nightmare Unicorn for the IP play. Normally you don't go into your extra deck as much as you want to, but that isn't a bad thing because you still get to control the duel overall. So just having these guys was great. For my bigger link monsters, I had 1 of this guy, 1 Apollosa, 1 Barload. Again, I did not go much into this guy. Barload was 1 guy I went into, but not as much as I wanted to. But just having these guys was great. And if you guys remember me saying that the Yu-Gi-Oh cards were expensive and I would not spend money on this guy, I actually got it back on trade at the start when he just came out, and I traded some good cards for it, but I did not buy it, and I did not give like full $100 prices on it, so it was good for me to pick it up then. I'm using 1 Boral Sword, 1 Midnight Avermax. Again, this guy I got it when he was pretty cheap, and also 1 Ultimate Falcon, which won me a lot of games because people, again, just like the Detroit back rows, and they don't think about the consequences. So we have those guys. In the side deck, I had my last copy of Jolene Lockbird, and the MVP on the side deck was Inspector Border. I know this card really hurts you as an Altergeist player, but honestly, if you have this guy with a lot of back row, you control the duel in most cases, and you just, it's an and it turns to an Inspector Border beatdown at that point. 2 copies Spear Mode, because Nibiru is good, but then if you draw it as your 6th card, you really can't do anything with Nibiru, and it turns out to be a dead card, and Spear Mode to me is a bit better. Of course, I'll be using Nibiru in the other deck profile that I have, because you can actually search him out in that, and you just need 1 copy. So look out for that, guys. And I'm using Heavy Storm Duster again because of back row. I needed to control the back row because I wanted to have control on it, so I did that one. And 1 card a lot of people really underestimate, and I really did not want to lose to, was the Guru guy from Subterra Guru and Fiendus, I believe it's his name. So if you're playing a grindy matchup, you really need to know how to play around cards. So I decided to play Witch's Strike. This was a blowout card because as my opponent would play some trap cards that would negate some stuff for me, or even try to negate anything from me, I would just blow their hand and board away, and people do not expect this guy. And I think this is really good in the coming matchups. It is a bit slow, yes it is, but the game is a bit slower when you're playing Altergeist, and you can actually build this guy up. So I think it's a good card to have. And then I'm playing 2 Waking the Dragons because it's great. I just need 2, I didn't need another one. I did not miss another copy. 2 of them were really good to have. And for my final card, 1 Stolen Warning. I know this guy is back fully powered, but I just have 1 copy, so I decided to just do side deck 1. And 2 Secret Village of the Spellcasters. I did not side these guys in all night. I did not need them, but for the most part, it was good. So guys, that is my Altergeist deck profile. Thank you for watching. Again, remember to like, subscribe, share with your friends, let them know, and help me grow this channel because, yeah, I want to grow this channel. And look out for the new deck profile coming up this week as well. It's going to be a fun one, and I have the Shadal deck coming up. I'm going to do an opening on that, and we're going to see how we can adjust and actually play that deck, guys. So remember, have a great day, and see you next time, guys.